What's up guys, I'm Phil. Let's talk about what I keep in my camera bag. As you see from that intro, I keep quite a bit in my bag. Right now I'm running the Lowepro, the 450 AW, whatever it is. It's a great bag. I've got the version 1, I've had it for a little while. Their customer service is outstanding. I had a small little tear in it that developed after like 2 weeks of me having it. I called them up and they sent me out a brand new one and told me to keep the other one. So now I'm running 2 bags. I couldn't recommend their bags enough. They are very modular. They can fit any need. You can take all the pouches out and redesign it however you want it to be. And it just looks really cool. So this is my bag, my protatic 450. It's got a bunch of MOLLE on the outside. You can put pouches, you can put extra batteries, you can put flashlights, whatever you need. I've got all these different pouches on here, little things that customize it, so I know that it's mine. I went ahead and changed out all the pulls to some paracord, and it just looks really cool. It has a bunch of these straps that you can put just about anywhere to tie down a monopod, tripod, or a gimbal of some sort, or whatever you want. So it opens up from the top as well, so you can grab something out without having to take it off. And what's really important to me is it opens from the back, so that when you're walking around, somebody can't just open it up and take something out of it. You actually have to take the backpack off to get something out of it, which is, it's for security, that's great. It's got really tough straps on it, very comfortable. It's got a very padded back on the back of it, and it breathes really well. When I'm out on shoots, I usually won't take it off. It stays on me all the time, and it never caused me any issues. So let's go on and dive into the bag and what I take with me to my shoots. As I said, it opens from the back, which is really important. It's got a really big pouch in the back that fits a full-size MacBook Pro. This computer goes everywhere with me. I constantly edit on the go. I'm always somewhere where I'm working. I'm never in one spot. That's why I don't have a desktop at all. Next up, on the inside flap of it, you have 3 different compartments that you can put, mix and match just whatever you want. In one of them, I carry a lot of extra business cards, because you can never run out of these, and stickers. I give these stickers out wherever I go. If somebody wants one, you come up and see me, I'll give you a sticker. It'll make you a better photographer. It'll make your computer faster if you put it on your computer. So if you see me, ask for one, I'll give you one. Next thing I keep in my bag is this little doodad. You're probably asking yourself, hey Phil, what is that? It doesn't look like much. It looks like a set of credit cards. What it is a roll of gaff tape that I took apart and wrapped around one of my business cards, so that I always have gaff tape with me in a very small package. I always find myself needing gaff tape for whatever reason. To tape some paper down for a backdrop, or to mark a spot where somebody that I may be filming needs to stand, or to hide a microphone wire, or something. There's always something that you need gaff tape for. Gaff tape is the fix-all in this world. What you do is just fold it over itself, and you have a small little compact roll of gaff tape. Also, in that same pouch, I have an extra memory card. Embarrassing story, going back couple years back, went to a shoot. I thought I packed all of my stuff, grab my bag, jump into the car and go. I show up there and getting everything ready for the shoot, and I can't find my memory card pouch anywhere. What saved my butt for that day was this memory card that I keep in my bag. I never take it out, I never use it unless I have to. And it saved my butt that day. Big pouch down at the bottom here is all my cable storage. I've got all of my lightning cables, I've got all of my iPhone cables, my USB-C, my USB-B cables for all my hard drives. I've got a card reader for credit card payments and stuff like that, so I can take payments out in the field. I've got a spare USB drive in case I need to hand some files off to somebody real quick. I've got an extra tripod mount, and I'll get to that in a second. I'll come back, remind me. I've got a headphone cable in case I need to extend a mic line somehow and go into the camera from a further distance. I can do that. And some Sharpie markers. Another thing that no photographer can live without, batteries. Lots and lots of batteries. Right now, I carry 10 batteries with me. The Canon E6 batteries or E9 batteries, whatever they're called. I carry 10 of them with me. You never know how long a shoot's gonna go, how quickly the battery's gonna die. So you always want backups on backups on backups, especially at a wedding. And we shoot a lot of weddings. And I always bring an extra charger with me when we go to weddings, because as soon as I change out batteries, the batteries that I just got done using, right back on the charger, because I never know if I'm gonna run out of batteries. So I have them in these Think Tank battery pouches, and it's a DSLR battery holder, whatever, it holds 4 of them, and I have a little system to know which ones I have charged and which ones are dead. So for mine, the Canon E6 batteries, I don't know if you can see that. Let's see if I can, right there. It has little metal tabs where it connects to the camera, obviously. If those are up, it is charged. If they're facing down, there's nothing on the backside, it is used and needs to be charged. So the next thing I keep in my camera bag, besides a camera, right now I'm shooting on the 5D Mark IV, and also keep a Canon 7D Mark II as my backup. When I say backups, I mean it. They can save your butt. So I was shooting a wedding. I've got this lens. This is the Canon 24-70 2.8 version 2. Out shooting the wedding, getting ready for the formals where the bride and groom and their entire family and all that stuff going on. Take it, and I look at my shot. It's out of focus. Okay, so I'll line up again. Click, click, click. 3 shots. It's out of focus. Can't figure out what's going on. Yes, it was in autofocus, and it seemed to be tracking, and it wasn't. So when I say backups, I have a second 24-70. This is the Tamaron 24-70 version 2. This lens saved my butt that day, because I wouldn't have been able to get those formal shots without this lens. I took the lens to go get fixed, and it was a simple fix, but I got through the wedding, and all because of that backup right there. It doesn't matter how new your gear is, if you don't have a backup and it fails. I've had stuff fail right out of the box. So if you're charging money, please have a backup. Next lens that I keep in my bag is a 50-1.2. I love, love, love this lens. It is a very beautiful lens when it's stopped down. It's very sharp. It's almost too sharp. When I stop it down to like f5, you know, that's kind of the sweet spot. And if I really want to melt the background, I'll take it up to 1.2, 2.0, something like that. And it just obliterates the background and makes it really dreamy looking. Next lens is the 70-200 from Canon. This is the version 2. It is a beast. You will get a workout if you're carrying this thing around all day. This is one of my go-to lenses. This is probably on my camera, I would say 85% of the time I'm at a shoot. I can do so much with this lens. I can get really close and personal with stuff, or I can get really far away and encompass the entire scene with just one lens. So those are the 4 main lenses that I keep with me most of the time. So moving on to other odds and ends that I keep in my bag that kind of keep me sane. One of the things that stays in my bag a lot are these little battery banks, these USB powered battery banks, because just about everything I own is USB powered. I've got lights, I've got my cell phone, I've got iPads, all that kind of stuff is battery powered. I've been out in the middle of a field and I need my phone. I need to make a call, I need to send a file, and my phone's dead for whatever reason, and bam, charged, ready to go. I highly suggest keeping a couple of these with you at all times. I picked up one of these little Amaran lights from Aputure, these little itty bitty lights. They're really useful for just any kind of photography or videography. If you need to just get a pop of color somewhere, or just an extra pop of light on an object while you're photographing it, or if you're filming or something like that, they're really, really useful. They're super, super bright. These little, I mean, that is insanely bright, and it charges in like 30 minutes off USB. Next in the list of things that I keep in my bag, I keep a lot of filters with me because you never know when you might need a filter. This is an 82mm Canon filter. It's an ND filter. It'll go 5 stops, so when I'm filming outside, I still want that shallow depth of field, but I also want to keep my frame rate and my shutter speed, you know, keep the 180-degree rule so that everything looks cinematic. ND filters are really good for that kind of stuff. They're also really good for photography if you want a slow shutter speed, but it's also super bright outside. So this will come in handy. It's like sunglasses for your lens. The next filter I keep with me is a 82mm Pro Mist filter from Tiffin. This kind of takes that digital edge off of imagery. It kind of gives it more of a film-like feel to me. It's kind of my opinion. Other people use them for different reasons. I use them when I'm filming females. It really helps soften the skin tones, and it helps really just take that digital edge off, and you'll notice a big difference if you pick one of these up. They're not cheap, but they are totally worth it. The third filter I have is a polarizer. So if you're wanting to shoot through glass, for instance, and there's a heavy glare across it, can't really see through it, throw a polarizer on there. You'll be able to see right through the glass and see whatever you're wanting to shoot on the inside. Same with, it'll take the glare off of water. It'll help take glare off of glass and glasses as well. So keep an 82mm in your bag. So also keep some step down rings so you can adapt those to your smaller lenses. So every good go bag needs a multi-tool. I have this Leatherman tool from the Leatherman Wave. I've had it for probably 20 years. It has never failed me, and I was surprised by how much I actually use it. It's almost a daily thing where I'm pulling this thing out to tighten something, to cut something, to file something down, whatever. But keep a multi-tool with you. Next thing, if I'm out and about, I'm doing street photography, I'm just kind of editing photos, and I want to listen to music. The music on my laptop, the speakers aren't that great, so I have a set of wireless earbuds from Sennheizer. These things sound wonderful. I'm not sponsored, but I would love to be. Sennheizer, reach out to me. So remember that memory card pouch I was telling you about? This is it. So this is the Think Tank memory card pouch, and it holds, I don't know, 9 memory cards in here, and also some CF cards in the back. I have a little system to know which cards I've put images on and which ones I haven't. So if you look here, if you see the front of the card, it means it's empty, and I have yet to shoot on it. If I flip it around, you know something's on it. Don't use it. Don't erase it. Plus, don't erase anything until you get home anyway. All right, moving on. Last thing we have, hard drives. If I'm editing in the field, I back up onto one of these lacy hard drives. I've got a bunch of these things. I may have an issue. Yeah, I may have an issue. I have backups on backups on backups. Moving on to the last thing in my bag, I keep this Lacy inspired DJI hard drive. I'm not sure, it's very confusing. It's a hard drive with a battery power that has SD card slot. So in the field, as soon as I'm done taking those photos, I slap it in there and hit go. I've got an instant backup on site. And if I want to, it has a lightning cable and I can edit in the field. Plug it into my phone and do my edits and send them off, and I'm good. This will also charge your phone or iPad or whatever else you can hook to it. Great little device, 1 terabyte, goes everywhere I go. So I think that's it. I think that's everything that I keep in my bag on a normal basis. If you have any questions, please reach out to me. I'd be more than happy to answer any questions you have. Thanks again for watching, guys. See you next time. Oh, so nerve-wracking. Getting better at it though, getting better. This is so hard talking to a camera. Card number 2, card number 2, card number 2. Okay, card number 2. Shooting in 4K. Eats up a lot of memory.